Good evening, District 7. I am Fred Bergeron, your Public Relations Manager, and I have a very special guest with me today. His name is Abhijit Joshi. He is the District 101 Director, and tonight he's going to tell us about innovative PR. So, Abhijit, whenever you are ready, the virtual floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so much, Fred. Since the pandemic, everything has changed. The way we used to do PR before the pandemic and now is totally different. What is different? Everything is now digital. And how do we optimize the digital? Today, I'm going to share one way of optimizing the digital PR. I'm going to share a story with you. We came up with this idea in Bahamas during the convention. My club growth director said, hey, we should have an AI club. As soon as she said that, I said, Anna, I'm going to start this AI club. Starting a corporate club is very easy, but starting a community club is a little harder. How do we do that? We had our first demo on September 15th. We chartered at the end of the month in 15 days. We had nearly 70 people at our demo meeting. How did this happen? How did we made it possible? So let's find out. Before we go into the details, I want to share two things with you. Do you remember where this comes from? Vivian, do you remember which movie it comes from?
Help me remember. Oh my gosh.
Vivian,
The face.
you need to have a good memory.
I'm the senior moment. You gotta be kidding. I love you, Abhishek.
Anushri, do you remember which movie this comes from?
No, I don't.
Fred, do you remember?
No, the face is familiar, but I'm drawing a blank, Abhijit.
The movie is Spider-Man. Always remember this quote: with great power comes great responsibility. So what is our responsibility? Is we have to be very ethical. We want to be very careful when we use our powers. That's why I wanted to share that, because before we start going through the PR, always want you to remember this. With great power comes great responsibility, and we have to be ethical in our process, because we cannot use this power every time. We have to be very judicious when we use it. Let's get it started. So how did we get this club, AI club, chartered within 15 days of having a demo? We had a very strong email campaigning or email marketing. And this is a very specific way of doing it. It was not something which happened overnight. It was a work of nearly 3 to 4 years. And I will share with you why it was a work of 3 to 4 years, because I was also learning the process of how to do this. Vivian, have you done email marketing anytime?
No, I'd love to learn from you, Abhishek.
Fred?
I've done some. Someone actually put a template together for a couple of my clubs. So I've done a few. I haven't done it consistently, but I have done a few of them.
And what was the purpose of doing the email marketing?
One purpose was to charter a club I'm chartering called Podmasters, getting people interested. Another one was for a club I'm in that lost a lot of its members. So trying to get people to come back or to come join our meeting and letting them know that we restructured the meeting and that we'd love for them to join us without saying that we lost members.
Thank you, Fred. Anushri, have you done email campaigning before?
No, I haven't, Abhijit.
Okay. And Fred, when you used it, do you know what software did you use or what did you use for doing it?
It was just a template that someone put together for me, and I just attached it to my email. What program he used, I don't know, or if it's something he just crafted together. I think it's just something he put together, Abhijit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to share a specific way of doing it. But for doing that, what do we need? There are some requirements. I cannot use any program because it has to be easier for me to use it. And I came across a program 3 years ago, which I am a paid member of since that time, and it has been very helpful. And today I'm going to go through the requirements first, and then I will talk about it. So what are the requirements? Let's find out. The first one, before I do any kind of email campaigning, I need to have an email list. And that's why when I said that it took me many years to develop that email list. Now, at this moment, we have over 6,700 emails in there. So it took us a long time to develop that list. Whenever a guest comes, we collect their email addresses and we share if we have any details coming up for our clubs or for our district. Anytime we have an event in the district, we had like last year, we had 400 registrations. So we would incorporate those emails in our main database. That's the way we collected the email addresses. It takes time. It's not something which we can do over time, which we cannot do within few days. The second thing is when you do email marketing, one of the most important thing is personalization. If I just send an email, blank copy to 500 people, no one is going to read it. How do I personalize it? That is very important. For one of the most important things for personalization is having their name on the email. That thing is very, very important. How do we do that? I'm going to show you this, a program called as GMAS. Fred, have you ever heard of it? Anushri and
No.
Vivian, have you heard of it?
No, tell me, tell me.
Okay. But what is GMAS? GMAS is just a plugin. Once you have that plugin, it helps you to send out 480 emails a day. 480 emails a day. Suppose if I want to send out 6,000 emails, it will take me nearly 12 days or 13 days to send out those emails. So that is the facility we get through GMAS. It has a very easy interface. You go to the plugin, you download the plugin, and then it kind of gets integrated in your email. And I'm going to show the demo of that. So let me show you the demo. The GMAS plugin, if I just go here, so this is a GMAS plugin. Okay, this is a mail merge program, very similar like Constant Contact or MailChimp, but what separates it out is it's very simple and easy to use, and it goes through your Gmail address. Okay, it's a paid membership. I'm an old member. I got the membership for like $12, $13 a month, so I just kept it. I told them They increased the cost on me. I told them I work for a nonprofit and they kept my monthly rate. So once you click here, you can find the plugin, you download the plugin. Okay. So this is that program. I will show it to you. In my email box, it's already connected. The plugin is already connected. You can see here. So when I click here, what happens is it will show me any database I can look for. Like I've collected, like suppose if I have a woman lead database, we have over 1,000 people who have visited our club. As soon as I click that, it will show up with that database. If I click MM Final, this is my multimedia magicians. When I connect to the spreadsheet, it will create an email which has all my user database for that club. And when I draft the email, I can say hi, and I can put in the parenthesis, and it will take the first name of the person, and I can write any emails. And when I send it through Gmail, but when I send it, I always include the unsubscribe link. And I will also tell you one more thing which I include. And it's very simple to use it. Very, very simple. Any questions so far? Vivian or Anushri or Fred?
Even with senior
No.
moments, I'll be able to do this, Abhijit.
Oh, yes, yes, very simple. Yep.
Okay,
Right.
LBE. So those emails that I've been getting for you for um the Media Magicians Club, is
Yes,
it done through GMass?
yes, it comes through
Okay,
GMAS.
okay,
Yes.
cool.
Okay. Anushri, you were asking some questions.
I think it looks good so far, Abhijit.
Okay, perfect. So there are two things very, very important whenever we do such kind of things, and I will show it to you. So whenever I'm using it, there are two things I'm very careful about. But before I do that, I want to share one story with you. Like, it's not just about sending an email. Like for the AI club, I had to think, okay, how can I get people's input? Because we had the idea for starting a club, but our vision was not completely developed. And I wanted some input from people. So what I did was when I sent out an email for my club, I wanted to solidify the vision. And so when I emailed them, I asked everyone, hey, we are trying to create this club. What would you like to see it in the club? Because of that, what happened was I got tons of ideas from other people, what they would like to see in the club. And we picked the best of those ideas that were helpful for us to start this club. Basically, we were able to collaborate with people when we sent out this email because we requested their collaboration. They became a part of this overall vision for the club. This was the main part of it. We requested their collaboration. We did not just say, oh, this is a link, come and join us. We wanted them to be a part of the idea or the vision we were trying to develop. That was the game changer. As I said before, there are two things which are very important when we send out the email. The first one is we always need to have an unsubscribe link. When we have an unsubscribe link, if the information is not helpful for them or if you are bombarding them too much, they can just unsubscribe it. Because of that, when I'm sending out an email in the future, it does not go to them. So unsubscribe link is very, very important. And the second thing which I didn't know about it, which GMAS helped me understand, that this also needs to be included in the email. That is the email privacy. What I did was I drafted a statement for email privacy. And if you want, I can share a copy of this with you. So this is my email privacy policy. So I drafted this. This has all my information, what we do with the emails, uh, what is our plan. So whenever they read this, they get an idea about what our email policy is. Any questions so far? Anushri, Fred?
Yes, I have one, and that is when someone unsubscribes, are they also unsubscribed from the database in GMass, or do you have to go back and remove them so they don't get
Oh,
the, the emails?
it's automatic.
Okay.
I don't have to do it. Like they already, the GMAS collects the emails who have unsubscribed. I don't have to worry about it. Whenever I send out the email, it will tell me these many people have unsubscribed. So the email doesn't goes to them.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Yep. Another thing what I have done, I want to show you this. I did not show you. As I told you before, that if I'm sending it through my Gmail, I can only send 480 emails per day. Okay. But if I want to send more emails, because I don't want to wait 12 days to send out um, the email to all my database, there is another way of doing it, which is we use an external server. If you look at this, they have a SendGrid. So I'm a registered, I had to apply for becoming, getting that permission through them. So if I send it through SendGrid, I don't have any cap of 480 emails. I can just blast it like to my whole database in one shot. So sometimes I will use SendGrid if I have to, like for example, we are having a great event 2, 3 weeks ago, and we wanted to increase the participation. So that night I decided to use SendGrid because I wanted to get the emails out quickly because the event was going to be happening in 24 hours. But you need to apply for this and they need to grant it to you. And with SendGrid, I only have the capability of doing 10,000 emails a month. I cannot do more than 10,000. If it goes beyond 10,000, I will get an additional charge. Having a privacy policy is required when you're sending an email through SendGrid. Without that, you cannot send the email. They will remove your access. Now, once we sent out all these emails, the most important thing is follow up because you are going to get multiple replies and you have to keep up with it because you close the deal when you follow up with people. When I sent out an email blast for the new club, the AI club, I got tons of replies, and some of the replies were so fascinating. I needed to take time. I did like 100 and 150 plus emails just to reply to the answers or to the fantastic ideas I was receiving from them. The follow up became very, very important. Because of that, our first demo meeting was planned for September 15th. We're not sure how many people will show up. When we started the meeting 5 minutes, there were only like 5, 10 people. But as the clock hit 12, people started coming in. And by 12:10, we had over 70 people in our room. And this only happened because of our email PR or the email marketing campaign, which we did. Any questions?
Abhijit,
Apart,
Vivian here.
Yes.
Is this a noontime meeting or an evening meeting?
Noontime meeting. It's a noontime meeting, but we have such a fantastic response that we are going to start a second club, which is going to be in the evening. Right now, it's on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
I was
Thank you. Can you invite me? I can attend evening meetings from California.
Perfect. I will definitely invite you.
Thank you, Abhijit.
okay.
Yes.
Obviously, when you said if you try to go over the limit, they get charged more. But I think you said something about getting flagged earlier. Is that just in GMass or is that in Gmail as well since they're tied together?
Gmail will only allow you to send out 500 emails per day. Okay. So when you are using GMass will try not to hit the limit of 500. They will stop around 480. Okay. But if you have a SendGrid, then you don't have any cap. But remember, if you go about 10,000 emails a month, you will get charged.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Anushri, any questions for you?
do you owe all of the participants to the email PR itself, or do you think Meetup or any other channels also helped in terms of the turnaround?
The emails was one of the main campaign, but we also had another thing going. We also put in Facebook. We started in Meetup. Meetup was also there, but the response was a little bit slower or subdued. Another thing what happened was when we sent out an email, I had already created a WhatsApp group and I encouraged people to join that WhatsApp group. And over 170 people joined that WhatsApp group for AI Club.
Got it.
That also created our own place where we can market stuff. Like now we are starting the second club. We are now, till now I was not marketing my second club in that place, but from this week onwards, we are going to market that club. Because we want to start the second club and we don't have the same marketing campaign right now.
Got it.
When I'm using this, I don't use this very often, maybe once a month. Now I'm thinking, okay, I need to use this for Wellness Club. I'm going to use this for this time, and then the next time I will use it will be for the TLI in January. So this database I will not access unless and until there is something big happening or something that I need to do.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. Oh, also, do you cater the audience because definitely it will be all encompassive. So probably there were a lot of people who are interested in AI in your database based on the clear responses and innovative ideas. But if the topics are a little more generic, do you source more emails from any other arenas, or would this remain as a fixed set till we keep adding to it?
Let me understand your question. You're saying is, do I just send one email to all the recipients, or do I customize it to the user groups? Is that your question, or your question is something different?
First thing is more like all of this is over the years you've collected the data, right? So each
Yes.
individual in your database might have different interests and have different backgrounds. So do you have more like distinguished user groups whom you target based on specifics? Like, for example, if it's an AI club, do you have a specific user group who might be interested versus a wellness club? Or is it going to be a minimum first set that you'll be sending out the email to?
Yes, the first email will send out to a common set, but what I'm thinking is I want to use the same strategy which I use for AI Club. I want to create a WhatsApp group and send out the invite link. Hey, please join our wellness WhatsApp group. Because of that, we can create a perfect group where we can just share information for wellness. Same thing as we did for AI. Now we have this 165 plus members, very strategic group where we can market anything related to AI.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Abhijit, Vivian here.
Mhm. Yes. Mhm.
Are you observing specific demographics like what kind of people join you for your noontime club? That would be people around your location, because that would be 3 or 4 in the morning for people halfway around the world like me. And are you getting global people for your evening meetings?
The noon time, we have people, some people from India. We have one person from Malaysia. For him, it's like midnight. We have people from Europe. We have people from East Coast. That was our reason to start a club in the evening so that we can get people from APEC region. But what we have realized is we haven't been able to market it yet. Our marketing campaign is such that it's more targeted to the US, but not targeted towards APEC. So
Right.
we haven't created a database for that. So in the future, if like we want to charter this club, and our whole idea for starting the second club is for getting people from China, from Hong Kong, Australia, India, but we haven't gotten the commitment from them yet. So, and also we don't have a very specific database for that region yet.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a question, Abhijit.
Sure.
This mass email list that you said took you like 3 years to put together, were they targeted emails or were they just random email addresses you put together to build an email list?
Here's the thing. What we realized is every renewal period, we lose 400 to 500 people. Okay. When we lose them, we keep them in our database. We let them know what's going on in Toastmasters. So over the period of time, we started collecting those emails. And also I belong to many clubs. We have many visitors in our clubs. So we collect all that information. And then whenever we have some very specific event which can be create value for them, we share that information with them. And if they don't like it, they unsubscribe us.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll give back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Abhijit. I'm going to ask some final questions and then we can leave it open for discussion. Is how long has this AI club been chartered and what was the concept and the reasoning behind trying to put it together?
It was charted on September 30 of this year. And I will tell you how it started happened. I'll go take you back in March. March was the first time we as a district decided that we need to keep up with AI. We had this lady who is a AI influencer. She's number 4 influencer in AI. She came in, I think it was March 38th, 30 of this year. And when she came in, we had over 70 visitors who came to our great event. So we knew that there was buzz. We did a follow-up event on July 6th of this year. We still had a substantial crowd, not as big as the last time. And then when we were at Bahamas, I was with Anna, my club growth director, and she said, "Hey, we need to have an AI club. And that time just clicked. I said, I'm going to do this. Let me get it started. And I, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I started connecting with people. I connected with this one person, Permis. We were just sitting in a cafeteria, and I was telling her, hey, I want to start this club. What do you think our vision should be? She, she was the first one who gave me a vision. She said, we need to start this club because we want to take our productivity and creativity to the next level. So that was the starting of creating that vision for the club. And it happened in Bahamas. And then we started collaborating with many, many more people, and everyone added a piece of it. And because of that, on September 15th, when we had the demo, we had a substantially strong vision, which we put forth in front of 70 people, and they wanted to be a part of it.
Okay, so my next question is, it took you less than a year to charter the club from inception to chartering, but you said it took you about 3 years to put the email list together. So in those 3 years, were those other clubs that you belonged to and you just saved up all the emails to use in GMass for this club?
Yes, this is the first time I used it for the club.
Mhm.
In August, when we got this idea, I did not know that I'm going to do that. But in the first week of September, I got this idea, okay, why not I create a email marketing campaign? So I created this email marketing campaign and I sent out the mass email, maybe end of August or first week of September. I can check and I can tell you right now when I did that. When I go to GMAS, I log in into my account. This shows me my previous campaign. So,
Okay,
okay,
let's see.
hybrid conference. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this was the time when I used it. I sent it on September 10th. Yeah, September 10th was the date I sent out that email campaign.
Okay, and all those icons in blue, like the Facebook and the Twitter, are those
Yes.
automatic or do you click on them and then it also generates some type of email there? How does that work?
I haven't used it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have not used that part yet.
Okay. And
Okay.
two other things. How did you hear about GMass? And is it like Canva? Is there like a free version and a paid version? Because you said you could upgrade if you wanted to do over 10,000.
Yes. How did I hear about GMAS? I was a club growth director and I had my renewals chair. And my renewals chair, Nish, he gave me the idea about GMAS because he was using it. That inspired me to get GMAS. There are other similar platforms, but GMAS is the easiest. There is a free version of GMass which allows you to send out 50 emails per day.
Five
Just
zero.
50, 50.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. So you can use it for free as much as you want. But if you want to use it for like 480 emails per day, you have to be a part of the paid version.
Okay.
And then you can apply for SendGrid. You can tell them what you are going to use it for. And depending upon your use case, they will give you access to SendGrid. So it was an application I had to do.
Okay. And you mentioned MailChimp and um, what other
Constant contact.
constant contact. Have you used any
Yes.
of those in comparison to GMass?
I don't directly use it, but our district uses constant contact. I also have access to it, but it's not as simple as GMAS is. And one more thing is it gets personalized. Whenever I send out the email, it goes through my Gmail account. It's more personal. If I send it through MailChimp, oh, it says sent by MailChimp.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So the personalization is a big aspect with GMAS.
That makes sense because it makes people feel comfortable that you know them. So I can kind of see that. Well, before we wrap up, I'm going to see if our other two guests have any questions for Abhijit before we wrap it up. Vivian, you got anything else you'd like to ask Abhijit?
Yes. Abhijit, is this something doable on your own or do you need a team?
No, it's very much doable on your own. It's very quick. It's very, very
Can you
quick.
can you hold my hand or just the finger as I try to get started?
Yes, I can do that.
Yay, love you. Thank you.
Yeah. And Anushri, you have anything for Abhijit before we wrap it up?
Thanks, Abhijit. This was really helpful. I wanted to get your thoughts on any other PR methods that you're trying or your other team is trying apart from the email, meetup, and WhatsApp. Do you have any other thoughts or anything in the back burner that you're investigating at this point?
Yes. Back in the days when the pandemic started, I charted a club just using Facebook. I created a list of 12, 13 groups. Whenever I had a meeting, I would post in each and every group nice flyer with my meeting link. That is another way of doing it. But we have to be very consistent, very regular in doing it, and then you will get very regular guests.
Got it. Thank you.
I'll share those groups with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So as we wrap it up, Abhijit, well, first, thank you for that presentation. That was very insightful. Do you have any final words or words of wisdom to our viewing audience out there on why they should use GMAS and the effectiveness of it? Like you said, you charted this club in 15 days. So give us a final wrap up on why people should use GMAS and how to use it effectively.
Before I say anything, I want to caution you. With great power comes great responsibility. So when you have this database, use it wisely and use it when it's needed the most. You can create a big impact, but use it wisely. The reason I like GMAS, the first thing is it's very easy to use. It's very quick to set up. And the third thing is it gets personalized. You can personalize your emails. And it creates a big difference when your audience receives your emails. It creates that connection. And hence, I would encourage you to give it a try to use GMAS. It will make a difference in your email marketing campaign.
Thank you so much. Obviously, round of applause. And before we wrap up, I'm going to say stay tuned for my next PRM forum. It's going to be on December 12th. Same bad time, same bad channel. And our presenter is going to be Simone Nash, who's going to be telling us about Canva. And that's what a lot of us use to promote our Toastmasters Club. So stay tuned on December 12th for Simone Nash, who will teach us about Canva. I'm Fred Bergeron signing off. Thank you once again, Abhijit, and you have a great holiday.